All right. Welcome to the channel. Anwar Reda here. We decided to start this channel. We've already done the video, so if you haven't watched that one, go ahead, check that out. You'll get to see why we're doing this, what to expect or whatever. Another thing that I know we get quite often, or at least I know I do, especially in events.
You get it a lot. I feel like my G just comes alive, so people don't even try to test that or ask those type of questions. Even though I have had it asked, but not in the same way that people ask you.
Shout out to Jazz. I remember being at Summer Impact and we were outside hanging out, I'm just chilling, whatever, and Jazz walked up and she's like, so Anwar, something, like, where did you come from? And I'm like, I'm from Philly. And she was like, no, like, and I swear to God, her actual question was like, why does everybody know you? Like, where did you come from? So I figured it would be important for us, to establish a little bit of validity to our backgrounds. You've seen us on Champion. Shout out to the entire Champion staff. But where did we come from? Like, how long have we been watching battle rap, first events, etc., etc.? So I figured, why not do a blog on that and let people know?
We get involved.
Yeah.
So how did you start out getting involved in battle rap?
For me, oh my God, it goes way back. So,
oh Lord,
yeah,
Y'all know he old.
Listen, no, my brother actually used to battle rap. His name was Graham, and he used to. So I come from the pulling up. I mean, we grew up in Uptown. We used to be out West Philly all the time, and I mean literally just pulling up. It was mad laundromats. I remember the one joint we used to always be at was at 56 and Walnut, right up the street from the strip club used to be down there. So anybody's from Philly, y'all know 56 and Walnut had the Playhouse, Big D's Playhouse. It was a laundromat right up the street from there. And people used to go up there and, I mean, just cipher and, spit bars, whatever. And my brother, he used to live down there. Well, his female friend used to live down there. He was there all the time. So I would like link up with him and we would go to the barbershop or because it was a barbershop not far too, but the laundromat. And he used to be rapping. He actually was on a Smack DVD. I used to have it. Obviously, DVDs is kind of a dated format. Yeah. I have no idea where it is now because I'm talking a long time ago. But that was probably like the very first time where I was like, yo, I really kind of love the culture. I remember he was battling a guy, and my brother was from he's still that way. He doesn't write. His thing is, everything's off top. He'll have some punches that he already has memorized, but his thing was tailor-made to his opponents. And I remember he was battling this one guy, Kenny. I don't remember his battle rap name. His real name was Kenny. But he was like, yeah, like the boy was rapping about Coogee sweaters and the big body bends.
Oh, he thought he was Biggie.
My thing is though, like, bro, you caught the bus here. And so my brother was like, telling me like, yo, like you not saying nothing about me. Like, okay, you can put words that rhyme, but you ain't talking about like. And he went in on the boy Kenny and everybody like that was with him. I still remember this one bar he said because Kenny had a homie named Ace, and it was just something. It was like from Kenny to Ace, throw 10 in your face, something like that. I'm like, yo, like, so, but yeah, so from there, again, living in Philly, we had the DVD scene. Shelton Mall was crazy. Broad Knowledge was crazy. 52nd and Market. So I used to go down there and just grab the Smack DVDs, the Too Raw for the Streets.
Shout out to Too Raw for the Streets. I missed them. I missed Too Raw
Street
for the
Status.
Streets. Oh my goodness.
Like I used to buy those and then just kind of watching them. You're the first female that I've dated that was into battle rap, so it was kind of my own little guilty pleasure kind of thing. But so that's where I come from again, and then watching the media channels. So as URL got bigger, watching Jay Black in the kitchen, the Broken Banister, the piano, watching 15 Minutes of Fame, watching Angry Fan in the garage. I remember he had this bat, he was breaking stuff up in the garage, like. So that's kind of where I started, and I've always watched it, but I've kind of just over the last year and a half, 2 years, really been like kind of head on going to events. My first event was Unfinished Business 2. But after that, it was like after being there,
that's a different vibe. It's
so
different vibe. You just want to go to more and more events. The first time you go, it's like, I gotta get to every event there is this year.
So, but that's kind of my history. And from there again, it's just I've been blessed to be able to be a part of Champion. So going to a lot of URL events, but even still, again, after that very first, I think we went to Unfinished Business too, and then Nome was announced not long after. This one, URL was still doing events in New York, so we could drive. We went to Nome right after that. That was where Daylight no-showed DNA. That was a sad day for me, but again, I was just addicted as a rush being in the building.
It definitely is.
So, but that's my history. So how about you? Where did you come from?
My history is...
Why do people know you?
People know me from just being a cool girl, just being real cool, calm, collected,
In battle rap?
Just in general.
Oh, okay.
But in battle rap, people know me from, one, being with my guy at events. It's always us two at events. So before Champion, before any of that, there were some high profile people in the battle world who knew of us, who knew, like, when we were at an event, they knew exactly who we were, and they shook our hands and they said what's up and they appreciated us for coming out. So that's one way that I'm known. The other way is Champion, of course.
Yeah,
so,
obviously.
But I got started in this basically just living everyday life. I had an older brother growing up. He's 10 years older than me. We were born on the same date. Me and him were kind of like this when we were real young. He was into music and into rapping and producing and all of that. So that was one of his things, and I just happened to be around it. I had older friends who were into rap, so I was yes, in '96. I had DMX's tape and all of that good stuff. I had the tape, yes.
Okay.
But I was real heavy just into rap in general, and then just growing up in the Philly environment, like you said, you could go just about anywhere and see people battling.
Yeah, South Street was always a thing.
Right, South Street was always a thing. But I just happened to grow up in the neighborhood. I grew up in Logan Valley, 11th and Loudoun. There was one of those neighborhoods where, the Chinese store was popping, the deli was popping, Broad and Alany wasn't too far. It was a lot of guys in that neighborhood and in that Alany, Logan area that was battle rapping or rapping in general. And it was that pull-up era where you catch somebody at the Chinese store. It's like, yo, I heard you said my man trash.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's on, then I'm about to go grab him. Say less. So I was a part of that pull-up era and just kind of witnessing that from a very, very small age. It's just every day. It's just a reality to you. It's just a thing. Like, it's just like some people wear dresses every day. That's how they grew up. Yeah. I grew up in rap. So that was how that started for me. As I got older, just being able to have that freedom musically with my mom. So not having it, not having my mom say, oh, I'm not buying that tape, or I'm not buying that DVD, or no, you can't have that. I was able to, in middle school, have the DVDs and have all the tapes and listen to all the mixtapes and bring them to school for my friends to listen to. My mom just always kind of let me have that freedom. So it was like, oh, I can go and get a Two Raw for the Streets DVD. And speaking about missing DVDs, I had the New York, John, when they went to New York, I had that DVD. I bought a few copies of that DVD. I believe I bought 3 copies of that DVD. I had one. I've traveled with that DVD. I went all over the place with that DVD. I showed that DVD on the West Coast, down south, up north. I literally took that DVD everywhere with me because I knew that battle rap wasn't as big as what I thought it was being here on the East Coast. But I will say that DVD officially got lost around 2010. Around 2010. And it actually still worked up until the very ending. It was a battle at the very end where they were outside in the playground. The very last build, I believe it might have been, it might have been when what's the name battle Fox 5. It just started skipping up towards the end, but it worked all the way through. So I used to carry that John with me everywhere. But that's how I got started into battle rap, just literally living in it. And as you get older, you're able to become more accessible to it, or things are more accessible to you, and you're able to kind of grab what you want to grab and watch what you want to watch and kind of go where you want to go. So that's kind of how that started.
Okay. All right. So what do you think, like, nowadays, we talked about that in the building feel. What do you think, like, how do you convince somebody who watches at home, who has the app, shout out to URL and the app, shout out to iBattle and their app, but what do you say to somebody who sits at home and just wants to watch on YouTube to convince them to, like, come to an event? I mean, you know what I went through?
I don't say much. What I do is I set the mood. So you want to set the mood. You want to get the tree flowing. You want to get the Henny pouring. You know, you want to have the TV as loud as you can, or the sound bar as loud as you can have it. You want them to have that same in the building experience. Now, if it's somebody who don't smoke or drink, I don't even know what to say at that point in time. But that's what I used to do for people. Like, I would just set the mood. Like, yo, we went to this event. We got to watch this joint, da-da-da-da-da. And I would just kind of set the mood. Like, we going to turn the lights down. We going to light up. We going to roll up like 5, 6 Ls. We got a bottle. We going to drink. We going to sit down and watch this joint on maximum volume. So, and that's how you kind of get them in the mix. And it's like, they're in that mood because you can still see on YouTube, you can still see the crowd.
Right.
And
you can see the smoke in the air.
Out, right? They pan out to where you can see everything and all the people that are there. And they're screaming, you're screaming when it's a hot bar. It's like, yo. And it's like, yo, now you got to come. Because now you see how it is.
Right.
The only difference is, and I warn people, if you're not a person who can stand up for long periods of time, you either get there early and stand in line for a long period of time, but get you a seat, or you figure out a way how to go outside and sit down for this, or, you know, it might be 1 or 2 battles you don't want to see. It's like, all right, I'm going to go outside and sit down for those in the car or something like that. But that's my only thing that I warn people about. Like, if you're not willing to stand 12 to 15 hours, because, well, for us, it was like that. We would kind of try to show up early. And then you want to stay after the fact to kind of chit-chat with everybody, get photos, have a good time. Everybody's kind of having a good time after the event, especially in New York. When the events were in New York, we had a ball after the events. Crazy. Like, it used to be so much. So we would be outside, along with the battle rappers. They would be outside 2 hours after the event is done.
Getting food. I remember after Math and Hollow, like we went to go eat with Ben, but Cortez came, Misfit came, so it's like they're regular people. So coming to an event, you'll actually get to meet, you know, the battle rapper, your favorite battle rapper. I promise you, all of them, every single battle rapper I've ever met is humble. Will they understand, like, you guys are what make them special, per se. Like, you know what I mean? They're quote unquote famous because of y'all. So I haven't met a single battle rapper who has forgotten that. Like, everyone
who feels ungrateful for the fan appreciation. Right.
Wins or losses, like, you know, a lot of people saw the Math and Hollow battle, of course. Like, Hollow still stood outside, took pictures with fans. You know what I mean? They'll engage, they'll talk with you, whatever.
Ben Swayze, that was the day he had the look.
Whatever.
Hey, yo.
Whatever. You know,
I love Hollow to death, but that was a funny joke, yo.
That was crazy. Yeah, they was like, oh, yeah, you there with your... Anyway, did you see... we'll time out with this, because you mentioned, like, the timing. So, the URL had their app-only event this past weekend.
Oh, yes, they did.
And
Fire.
Beasley said something that I saw... I want to say it was on Hip Hop Is Real, where today, when I saw the video... He was saying that on Sunday, on day 2 of the event, like, they started pretty quickly. The battles ran pretty smoothly. Beasley said that the reason why that is for 2020, they're instituting a new policy. I want to get your thoughts on this. If a battle rap, and again, shout out to Hip Hop Is Real, that's where I got this information.
Beasley, I see you working.
So now what they're doing is, so me and you were battling, we're supposed to be at the event at 2 o'clock. If you get there at 2, and I show up late, a percentage of my back end goes to you. So basically,
not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's like, listen, because don't nobody want their money lost. But that also helps the fan experience.
It does.
Because waiting in line for 2 or 3 hours, again, security is always thorough.
Just waiting in a building for 2 or 3 hours and then the show gets started. At that point in time, people have had multiple beverages. They've smoked. They're already tired of standing because they've been standing in line for maybe an hour, and now they're in the building for 2 hours waiting for the event. By that time, they're tired by the time the event starts.
Right, before anything starts. So you think that's going to work out pretty good?
I think it should work out pretty good. I've seen certain smaller things being implemented towards the end of last year, where, you know, I think a few people know, like, how the battle rappers and things like that and staff are situated, where everybody's kind of pretty close to each other, and everybody's kind of in constant communication. But I've seen certain things being done towards the end of the year where it's like, they trying to make sure everybody gets there on time, or they trying to bring everybody at one time as a group, so that way there are no issues and everybody can be there on time. Of course, everybody does not adhere to those rules. Some people like to go to the mall before every event, whether they're battling or not. I gotta go to the mall. So, you know, it is what it is. Everybody has their own agenda, but I feel like when you start telling somebody straight up your money is going to be snatched, it just,
I think that's motivation. Yeah,
if I go to work today or tomorrow and they tell me that feeling wasn't right, we gonna pull 50 up out. No, let me fix it now. You know what I mean? So I understand it. I feel like that's a good idea. However, I also feel like that creates more tension amongst the battle rappers in a sense.
Why?
Because if I show up late and now you got a percentage of my money, I'm mad. And I'm
you mad at you. That's your fault.
Yeah, but you're mad at me for showing up late.
No, not if I'm getting extra money. Now you can no-show me for all I care.
Now the person who's missing out on the money has a reason to start sparking some fires. You get what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree.
Well, I had this going on, or I had that going on, and they knew, or they told me this time. You know how the excuses get to flying, though.
Right, but
so that's what I mean. Like, the excuses will get to flying. Now it sparks flying. Now there's a firestorm.
My thing
I'm going to just say, once that happens, set it up. You know what I mean? Go ahead and argue. Just set it up.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's already set up. If we're supposed to battle, we're supposed to be there at 2 o'clock. If I'm there at 2 and you show up at 3:30, that's on you. You knew, because the same way I knew 2 o'clock, you knew 2 o'clock.
Then you just take that loss and you got to eat that.
Right. So I'm excited to see how it goes, man. Again, we're excited. We're learning. I hope y'all bear with us as we, grow our channel, learn different techniques. Again, we're editing our footage. The only thing that's going to be edited out is literally me walking away from the cameras. So, you're getting it raw.
You're going to get a raw feeling from us being together in this setting.
Yeah. So, anyway, I don't have nothing else to you.
You don't have nothing else?
No. See, I'm so used to Champion with Jay Black
doing
a
small event coming up.
Gates of the Garden, February 8th. And is it 8th and 9th or 7th and 8th? I can't remember. I believe it's 8th and 9th, Saturday and Sunday. They're having a 2-day event that we will be at.
We'll be there.
Don Marino versus The Saga is on that card. So
who you got?
Well, that was supposed to go down before. I'm going to wait and see. So you're going to see this happen too.
We're going to see this.
I want to see, I always want to be mindful of what we're going to cover on Champion first. So, we'll talk.
We'll talk.
So, anyway, thank you all for tuning in again. Make sure you click the like button, click the subscribe button, leave comments, give us feedback. We're regular people, so y'all see us at events. One other thing, I forgot to talk about this in our first video. At events, we will likely be bringing the camera with us to events. We want to capture the fan experience too. So if we see couples or just the fan experience in general, I feel like that's an untapped market. So
and shout out to the fans, because we always bust it up with the fans. I'm
fact.
Always flying all throughout the building. I'm at the front. I'm on the stage. I'm in the back. I'm over here by the bar. I'm always having conversations with folks. He's always having conversations with folks. So we want to continue having conversations with y'all, just on a different level.
Yeah, so one of us will be holding the camera, the other one will be talking to y'all, but we want to capture that experience too. So drop comments, let us know. As y'all know, we live in the comment section, so you'll see replies from us. Name is in progress. Anyway.
What do y'all think the name should be? I think that's a good question to ask the people. Like,
listen, I thought about that.
I think we should just ask the people, like, what?
No, because, listen, I had that same idea. But when it comes to branding, if somebody gives us a name and then it takes off and we go to brand it, they like, yo, I gave them that name. Here it is in black and white where I told. So, yeah, we can't do that. But it was a good idea.
Y'all be, man. Y'all be, man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in with Anwar Reda.